Good morning, or good afternoon, actually. Sorry, good afternoon. Author J. Snow here. How you doing? September 6th, 2015. First Metal Meet and Greet episode. It is late. Yes, I understand that. Oh well. Had a morning. Had a little meltdown on Facebook. We'll get to that in a minute. Okay, so let's talk about the takeovers that I'm going to be doing. I just did a slew of them for Reconciliation's launch. Thank you so much for those of you that attended. It was a lot of fun. I've met some new friends, new readers, exciting stuff. So here's the upcoming ones. I signed on for 2 more, and I've decided I'm cutting off the sign up for any takeovers from here on out for the rest of the year. So this is it. You want to see me in a takeover? Here's your chance. Just signed on for Jane Heron, author Jane Heron's birthday party, September 15th. On Facebook, it'll be 7 p.m. Eastern Time. That's midnight London time, but that's okay. They'll be in bed. The Americans will be partying and taking over Great Britain. That's all right. So I'll be talking about reconciliation, and it should be a lot of fun. On September 26th, Savage Town releases. Apparently, this is the author's 3rd work in this series, and I will be... Actually, I won't be. Drake Mitchell will be taking over on my behalf at 2:30 p.m. in the Savage Town Takeover Party. Definitely want to hear from Drake. He's excited to do it for me. Characters are always exciting when I give them their way and make them happy, so they're willing to do anything they want for me. All right, so we have Blind Trust. I just signed on for that. That is a brand new release coming out very soon, and the cover is beautiful. This takeover thing apparently went so big they had to extend it 2 days, and I went ahead and signed up for the 2nd day, September 27th, 4 p.m. I will be doing the takeover. It'll be me. And then on October 3rd at 6 p.m., Cole Lonsnyder, our favorite charming German, will be taking over on my behalf at the Mystical Magical Love event. So stay tuned for that. It should be interesting what he's going to share. Then on November 21st, the Paranormal Bad Boys of Christmas event is being held, and the profits and proceeds to that anthology will be going to charity. A.G. Hadabah will be taking over on my behalf. And right now it's touted to talk about reconciliation, but now that I've elected to release Attractions cover, I may change that, so watch for the flyers to be changed. So if I decide to do that. So those are the upcoming takeovers. I'm signing on for no more. They take up a lot of time and energy that I just don't have right now. Excuse me. Okay, so what is going on in the world of Hell's Redemption and me? I'm currently working on Redemption again. I'm editing it. The special anniversary, 2-year anniversary release will be happening in December, as well as Attractions release. Redemption's getting cleaned up. I've learned quite a bit in this writing process in books 2 and 3, and I've been told that the writing got better. And so when I go back to look at Redemption, while I'm very proud of it, and proud of all those words I produced too many words. A lot of unnecessary words. So much so I've set a goal to eliminate 50,000 of them. Oh my. Now, it's not going to change the story. I'm not changing anything. I'm just eliminating unnecessary words. And there's a lot. Prologue alone is 7,029 words currently. 114 of them were a specific pronoun called that. I just about died. I was like, are you kidding me? Really? Honestly? Yeah, apparently so. Microsoft Word spell check and grammar check can only catch so much. That was the only thing I was using at the time, I remember. My beta readers, how I did Redemption, I did it the hard way. I printed it out. No, I'm kidding. 1.5 line format. I printed it out. I remember I printed it out across the street at Office Depot and mailed it to them. Oh my gosh. Talk about overwhelmed. They were just freaking out when they got it. They were like, I can't get through this in the timeline you gave me. This is huge. So, hence I changed the way I do stuff for beta readers now. I've, piece feed them little chapters here and there, so they don't get too overwhelmed because my books are big. And yeah, definitely should have done that with Redemption. A lot more would have been caught, especially by my eagle eyes. But now I have some really good editing programs that I use, which has made my writing cleaner and writing it correctly the first time out, so it doesn't have to catch it the second time out. And while I may miss some words here and there and goof on some spelling, it's still a lot better than what I first put out. I mean, it was this hot of a mess, God almighty. But it'll be cleaner. So the anniversary edition, sorry, tongue-tied this morning, will include a deleted chapter, never before released. And it never was released because it didn't fit into the storyline. It would have changed it. And it's going to be a real treat. I'm also releasing a special interview featuring A.G. Hadabaugh in this edition. So it's going to be good. This will only be for the electronic copy, by the way. I will simply be replacing the current manuscript that's available right now for sale, as well as the cover. So, according to Amazon and Barnes & Noble, from what they've written me back, is when you resync your libraries, it should download the new copy. If it doesn't, I will put out a special offer to where you can prove to me that you purchased Redemption, either by a pic of your e-reader or sending me the receipt, and I'll send you a replacement copy free of charge. Now, in the printed format, it will be the updated, edited version, but the special deleted scene will not be included due to save page count in it, and it'll stay with the original cover on the paperback edition. All books will be released in paperback soon. Resurrection, again, a lot cleaner than Redemption, but as you can imagine, that's a thick one. So Redemption is actually bigger than this, so you can understand how much time it's taking to get Redemption done. But this should be ready to go very soon. I will be releasing all titles at the end of the year, so I'm not just going to do one at a time, it'll just here and there. It'll be all at once. Trepidation, good shape, that's looking good. And then Reconciliation, I've got some errors to correct that were found post-release, so I do apologize. About a dozen were found. So as I read it back, I was like, oh, I mean, they're not catastrophic or anything, but it's just, you know, if you're reading, you're just, all of a sudden you catch it, boom. And no, you're not hurting my feelings, by the way, if you point these things out to me. I mean, me and my betas, we were under a time crunch, especially most of the errors were towards the end of the book. And we were definitely under a time crunch to get everything done, especially, I mean, Shirley just went above and beyond getting these things out to me before I needed to go for the upload process. So thank you again, Shirley. But yeah, some things got missed. So I will be replacing the online copy very soon. Another thing I'm working on, Temptations outline. Still adding to it. Temptation is going to be a big one. Wow. I'm doing this book in a past-present format. The past will be Sister Maria Therese, young Alex, Father Martin, and present will be the continuing story of from Reconciliation into Temptation. A lot going on. Oh my gosh, a lot going on. As I keep adding to it, I'm finding that 50% of the battle with getting this book written will be the outline. The outline has got to be crisp and clean and just make sense. And from a past-present format, where first chapter goes to the past, second chapter present, next past, present. That's how I'm doing it. I'm not just going past and then a few present and then past, a few present. No, I'm going 1, 2, bum, bum. That's what I'm doing. I'm choosing to do that. I want to challenge myself, and it's going to be huge. So, and the cliffhanger. That I have written already. I still can't believe it myself. That just blows your mind. Wow. Oh. The final book, Isolation, is just going to be insane. Wow. I can't wait to wrap all this up. This is going to be amazing. So anyway, so that's the deal there. My pity party this morning on Facebook. What started it was my sister left this long rant that was just huge. I mean, not a rant, but It was on direct message. It wasn't PM. It wasn't on Facebook itself. But it was just War and Peace size. I mean, I literally kept scrolling with my eye. It wouldn't stop. I didn't even read it. I finally gave up. I finally said, oh, hell with this. This is bullshit. I was more irritated that she claims that she doesn't have time to read my book. She claims that that she can't read that well, so therefore she probably won't be able to finish it. But yet, she can write this epitaph, this War and Peace bitching about something she could have controlled, and yet she doesn't have time to read my book. She didn't have time to take 15 minutes a day to read part of Redemption. And then it just adds to the frustration of my family in general not reading my damn book. My daughter's never even read Redemption, and the book's dedicated to her. I mean, this is the irritation and the frustration I go through with my family. Some family members have read it, and I've been so grateful, and they have been so gracious with giving me feedback and providing a review. I love them very much. Few have never committed to reading it, and therefore they're off the hook. I don't begrudge them at all. But I just, don't feed me lip service, I guess is what I'm saying. Don't say, oh, I'd love to read it, and then turn around and don't, but yet leave these War and Peace sized bitches and rants on a PM that makes zero sense whatsoever. It's irritating, and I'm just tired of it. What I've got to remember is give my brain time to wake up in the morning before I read shit like that. Damn it. I'm just, and then it just fueled the irritation that I've been going through for the past couple days about reviews. So let's talk about them, okay? Not that I'm complaining about lack of reviews for Reconciliation. The book's only been out, 12 days now? So it's not that, it's all of my works. I get feedback all the time with compliments on Facebook especially, and Twitter, saying, I love your series, I love your books, I can't wait to read the next one, when's the next one coming out, blah, blah, blah. And yet, the masochist that I am, I go to Amazon, I go to Barnes & Noble, I go to Kobo, I go to Google Play, I go to Goodreads, and the amount of reviews are still the fucking same. It is so irritating. It is so disconcerting. Let me put this point blank. Indies don't make money at this. I make $1.04 on every single ebook that I sell. That's $2.99 and above. I make maybe 65 cents on Trepidation. And Trepidation is available free on Kobo and Google Play. So I don't make any money on those. My last royalty check from Amazon last month was $30. I don't make money on doing this. When you say, oh, I bought your book. Awesome. That's step one. How you get me to get really excited about that is if you reviewed it. I don't understand the logic in not leaving reviews. I don't get it. I review everything that I read. Good or bad, I review it. Because that is the gauge and that is the meter, if you will, for the author to continue the story or improve their writing or give up altogether. It doesn't matter. But the review is so important. That's why I write. That I do it for you guys. But if you guys are not reviewing my stuff, why bother? Why bother? Yes, I can see the sales, and I stopped looking at sales figures. It just wasn't worth it at one point because talk about frustrating. I've sold, over 300 books? I have maybe 23 total reviews. Do the math. That sucks. That's bullshit, okay? You leave a goddamn review. This isn't hard. 7-word minimum, I think, is what Amazon requires in order to leave a review. 7 words. Okay, here's some 7 words. I really enjoyed this writer's work and I look forward to reading more. Period. Star review. Hit send. You're done. Barnes & Noble. Same thing. I love this book. If you don't like a book, you simply say, I didn't really care for this author's work. I'm not sure if I'm going to be purchasing more works from them in the future. Leave a star review. Hit send. You're done. Oh my gosh. You're like, well, I don't want to hurt the person's feelings. Are you fucking kidding me with that? How you hurt the person's feelings is by blowing sunshine up their ass by not doing anything at all. That is how you hurt. Period. Think about your job for a second. Most of us work full-time. It's not a choice. I mean, a lot of us, if we had our way, we'd write full-time. But unless we have somebody funding us or financing it, or unless we're signed by a big publishing house, that's not going to happen. We have to work. We have to put food on the table and a roof over our heads. It's just the way it is. You're given a review once a year by your boss to say, here's how you're doing. Here's what I think you should do. Here's what I think you should not do. Here's what I'd like to see you do. Here's your merit increase. Congratulations. Thanks for working for the company. You're done. Once a year, this happens. My company is twice a year. We're going for about halfway and say, okay, here's what, continue to work on this and watch this. And then at the end of the year, sit down for the formal to say, so, congratulations. Thanks. A review. Very simple. For writers, this is what we need. For indie writers, this is what we require. You're not leaving a review? You can tell me until you're blue in the face on Facebook. I love your series. I love your work. Prove it. I'm going to call you out on it right now. I appreciate those words. I do. They warm my heart. But what breaks it and shatters it and causes doubt in my mind, like what happened this morning, is when you don't leave a fucking review. There it is. You love me? Prove it. Leave a review. Every single book you've ever read of mine, leave a review. Period. If I lose readership because of this, okay. You weren't leaving a review anyway. Am I out? No. And $30, by the way, doesn't even fill up my gas tank for the month. So, yeah. Sorry to be so negative, but I'm just getting really tired of this shit. I just want reviews to increase on Redemption, especially my first work, and they're just not. They're just staying stagnant. It's just irritating, and I'm seeing books that are far worse. Oh, I have been reading some horrific shit lately, and they've got like a shit ton of reviews. Who are these people that are reading this crap? Who are they? And they're fitting the cookie cutter romance mode of girl meets boy, they fall in love, they have a little bit of angst and some hot sex, and then they live happily ever after. Who gives a shit? Oh no, but they've got 75 fucking 5-star reviews. They're the top rankings on Amazon, and here I am, a great story. No one's reviewing it. Nobody. But yet, I'm getting people, oh, I love your work. Doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense. Okay, I gotta lower my blood pressure here and calm down for a second. I've had cupcakes this morning too. I'm still amped up. All right. So anyway, thank you for tuning in. If you have not finished Reconciliation, you're going to need to sign off now, because I'm about to go into Reconciliation in depth and spoiler alerts. So again, thank you. I love you. Go read, and importantly, review it when you're done, please. Please, I'm begging you, please. Just Goodreads. Go to Goodreads and just review it. Seriously, it's not hard. It's not hard. Okay. Reconciliation. Are they gone, by the way? They gone. Okay. Reconciliation. Wow. I like them apples. Now, not to add salt to the wound, but I'm going to. That wasn't originally... It wasn't originally intended to kill off Sister Maria Therese. It wasn't. Resurrection's original ending was actually Alex and John coming out to the band at one time that they were together. The band erupting into WTF, are you kidding me? And I actually had Rick Mitchell flat out quitting Hell's Redemption and disappearing. It was just a holy clusterfuck of just angst and emotion, and Seth making a speech, and it was just a hot mess. It was good, but that's where the cliffhanger was going to be, was what happens to the band. So I was happy with it. It was in the outline. I was, chucking along, proceeding. I was writing. Everything was going fine. Now, this kind of shows you my little version of crazy here, but each one of these characters is an extension of my own personality. So each one of them come out and I explore it. So, i.e., sometimes I talk to myself. I'm talking to a character. So yes, I'm a little nuts, but it's how I process what is about to go on paper. If I can talk it out and vocalize it and make it make sense, it'll make sense on paper. So periodically a character will come to visit me and we'll talk, and and kind of go over some different ideas, and I'll let them know if it's going to work or not. Sister Maria Therese paid me a visit. She never visits me. She is an extension of my personality in a way of my being a mother. Very strict and formidable, and I'm not a teacher by any means, but she also embodies part of my mother's personality, my own mom. So it's very interesting talking to her at times. It really is. She's quite an interesting character to write, and sometimes quite easy to write because I know exactly what her thought process is all the time. So she came to visit me, and generally surprised. And she opened with, "The time has come." First, I didn't know what she was talking about, and I was like, "Okay, clarify that. What do you mean the time has come?" She reminded me that I want to keep this series based in reality. I don't want it to be the typical cookie cutter romance. I don't want it to be the typical thing that you can buy out there that would fit into this genre where hot rock star meets a groupie and they fall in love and live happily ever after and story. No, I want to base this on reality, base this on different emotions and different things that we have to go through in this life to lead a successful life that God has given us. So when she said it's time, I was like, Alex is about to go through something very hard, isn't she? And Sister Maria Therese confirmed I have been dying slowly of heart disease. I also work around dangerous men, very dangerous men. And I knew. I was like, oh, this will kill him. This will kill him. This is killing me. This is going to kill him. Oh my, this, you cannot be serious. She was insistent. She was very insistent. She said it's time. Something we all have to face sooner or later in this life is death. Little did I know at the time, I think that was God also communicating with me, kind of warned me that I'd be dealing with my daddy's death at the same time. So I was in the middle of editing the funeral chapter, especially when the Reverend Mother Caroline was speaking about Sister Maria Therese's journey into motherhood, about God's plan fulfilled, when I got the call that my dad had passed away. So now you kind of get it, right? Yeah, kill off a main character. That'll do it. Oh my gosh. So yes, the feedback I've been getting from you all so far is, what the hell? I have to admit, that's been the funniest thing. It's like, oh wow. I packed a lot into this book. I did. I had to take it from this consistent sad thing. I mean, you gotta admit, the amount of tissues that you're gonna need to read this book is insane, right? I had to take it from there. I had to do something because there's only so much crying one can do in a book, and it starts to get a little old. So bringing back the villains was an idea that I had. I went, ooh, what if we return Dirk, creepy reporter Adamson into the mix? How do we bring him back in? How do we return Kai Cracker Lambert? How do we introduce Ryder Lockmore? And what about Jeff Lacrosse? Whatever happened to him anyway? I was like, villains. Ooh, this is going to get interesting. And then ideas started to formulate. It was like, oh, shut up. What if you shoot somebody? That would be cool. Oh, what if and then there's the whole Hyatt coming out of the closet thing. What if he's discovered? And there was so much going on, let alone love declarations, and it was fun putting together that outline. I stuck to the original outline, by the way. So there was only a couple things taken out that were not necessary to the story. I'm really happy with the result. Reconciliation, that was a fun one to write. It really was. Well, fun, sort of. I mean, Sister Maria Therese killing her off, no. And yeah, I'm tackling a sticky issue And again, go back to my note in Redemption where I apologize to the Catholics out there that I take liberties that maybe I shouldn't. But again, I'm not Catholic. If any of you are offended out there by Sister Maria Therese having the hots for Father Martin and vice versa, well, sorry. I hope I have your forgiveness. Anyway, I'll be going more into that. There'll be something very surprising in Temptation that I've had written for a while now, quite a while, regarding those two, and it's appropriate, and it's fits well into the timeline. Even though Sister Maria Therese is gone, it's really good. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay, John and Alex, where are they going? What are they doing? What's happening? Yeah, I shot John. Okay, shot him. He was protecting the woman he loves. What do you expect? Yeah. Poor John. Poor guy. But he's in good health, right? Alex, one of my betas said, could anything more happen to this woman? Yeah, actually. Yeah, a lot happened to her in this book, didn't it? A lot. But to me, she is proving to be strong. A lot stronger than she gives herself credit for. And while learning along the way about tough things in life. One of them definitely being death. I mean, just losing a parent too soon will just mess you up, man, because all of a sudden everything that you predicted, everything that you wanted to do for the future is no longer. You won't be able to do those things. I will not ever be able to just take my dad on a trip, like I wanted to, or just go out with him on a boat, or just hang out with him as an adult and just I won't be able to do a lot of things with my dad because he's not here anymore. He's gone. He died very young, and now I have to figure out how to do these things without him, and I will. I will do them with my siblings. I'll do them with my mother, and she's never going to be able to do certain things with her mom, either. And that's hard, really hard. But it's a part of life. It's, again, staying out of that cookie cutter mold in real life. Base everything in real life. Yes, it's fiction. Yes, I take some liberties on certain things that probably would never happen. But again, that is me going back to watching a little bit too many episodes of Days of Our Lives when I was a teenager. Character disappears and then comes back several years later on a new identity because they had, plastic facial surgery, in some foreign country. So, yeah, that's me watching too much Days of Our Lives. So anyway, but it's fiction. I can do that. Whatever. Keeping the humor going. That's been an important part of the series, despite all the sadness. I hope I keep you laughing too. But yeah, Sister Maria Therese, rest in peace. So I'm sorry. All of you were just like, I can just see the look on your faces when you read page 1. You were like, are you fucking kidding me? I'm just like, what? I think the funniest, saddest, but funniest part was one of my betas, my core betas. She texted me the second she read it. And she's like, you killed her! I can't believe it! You killed her! I thought I was doing a nice thing, and so I texted her back a bunch of pictures of Sister Maria Therese. Quote, yeah, it just made it worse. I'm like, oh shit. She's really crying. She's really bawling. Yeah. It hurt. I know. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. I'm sorry. Oh, yeah. Losing a character. Not easy. Not easy at all. But rest in peace. She will be back, though. Next book, she'll be back. So you get your Sister Maria Therese fix. So that's it. That's the spoilers. So, each character, by the way. Alex, she's chugging along. She'll be fine. John, again, chugging along. He's more worried about, keeping Alex in check. Seth, yeah, Seth's still beating himself some up and still depressed and still missing the wife and still trying to hang on to sobriety. He's a year sober now, so expect to see some interesting developments with Seth in the next book. Drake, as you all know, he is one very happy camper right now. He's got his Angela, and He's nervous about what's going to portray in the future, but I think you'll see some great things from him. Cole, oh dear. Oh, he's not happy with me at all right now. He is just pissed. Oh my gosh, that is one pissed off crowd. Devin, yeah. Devin, I think you're going to be surprised about. She's really going into a different direction with her life, coming to terms with the past, and now that the ex-husband is dead, I think you're going to see some improvements in her. I don't want to change who she is. I like who she is, but this is pretty life-altering for her. Hyatt, well now, interesting. Definitely, you're going to be surprised in this next book. I came up with something and I just went, that's fucking brilliant. That's brilliant. Oh my gosh, that's brilliant. You're going to love it. This next book, I think I'm going to try to focus more on Seth and Hyatt. I try to focus on, when I'm veering off the main character, I do try to focus on several sub-characters a little bit more. And Drake, I think I've handled. Cole, that's touchy. Seth and Hyatt, though, they need some love and attention here. I don't want to just leave them flailing in the world. You also have to remember, too, is when I'm getting feedback, they've been saying, well, what about, what's going to happen here and what's going to happen there? The basis of this story, the base focal point of the story is Alex, not Hell's Redemption. It's Alex. So I have to leave doors open for the Hell's Redemption series. Okay? That's why. So if I leave some things just out in the air, there's a reason behind that. It'll be touched upon in their books. You get it? Okay. So there's your question. Answered. All right. Yeah, I think I'm done now. So this is one of the longer episodes I've ever recorded. So 31 minutes. Internet connections today. I hope this uploads. I really do. If it doesn't, I'm going to be really uber pissed. But thank you for indulging me today with listening to my rant about reviews. And if you've got friends that have been reading this series, thank them on my behalf. But tell them to please thank me by leaving a review, okay? I'll try to get over this. I'm just in a funk right now. But I've got a book to continue to edit, knock some words out, got a outline to complete, a house to clean, a Labor Day to enjoy. There's my goal. Alright, from Orlando, Florida, this is Author JSNO signing off. Make yourself a great holiday weekend for those of you here in the States. For those of you abroad, have a wonderful week to your work. Bye-bye.